Hey everybody, welcome. As you can see, I am standing today rather than sitting. I feel more sincere standing, I think, because that's how I teach my classes anyway. And since this is kind of just an extension of my desire to be a teacher and to help people learn and grow as thinkers, I figured, what the heck, we'll try it out. Now, I have a really deep, important question I want to ask you guys today. And that question is, what makes a song good? Now, the reason I want to ask you this is because there are a lot of people arguing about whether specific songs are good or bad. I put a song explanation out about a song last week and people got super mad because I said it was boring and they were like freaking out at me. And so there are a lot of people, and by the way, I don't care that people are freaking out about that at me. I am very used to people disagreeing with my strongly stated opinions. But I think that we need to agree on some terms here so that we can figure out why songs are good or bad. And it's not just so that we can argue with people and win all the arguments, but I think it's just important that we know so that we can have good taste and make good decisions about the music that we listen to, so that we can become better people. I honestly think that the things that we put inside our ears and our eyes make us into different people, and they shape who we are. Anyone who's listened to 21 Pilots can attest that the music has changed them or shaped them. Anyone who's listened to The Weeknd knows that the music has made them into a slightly different person because of what they've learned. And you can say that about a ton of different artists. We learn from our artists, and we become and we grow and we change based on what we're listening to. So I think that we need to pick songs that help us to be better people. We need to be able to say with surety that some songs are not really worth listening to, and some songs are. Personally, I think it would be difficult to say that one song was bad for everybody and one song was good for everybody, though there are some songs that are like that, I'm sure. I think we all can agree that there are some songs that are not that great. I mean, we're all thinking of Friday by Rebecca Black right now. And then as far as good songs go, we're thinking Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Coldplay, Panic at the Disco, Gorillaz, 21 Pilots, The Weeknd, Modest Mouse, some Eminem, lots of stuff out there. And people have varying opinions on it. Some of you are going to agree with me, some of you are going to disagree with me, and that's cool. And that's why I also want to be kind of humble in this video. I want to say a lot of this is about my personal response to music. So I'm going to give you benchmarks as the ways that I try to decide whether a song is good to me or not. And maybe we can kind of talk about that in the comments. In fact, I want you to please comment why you think songs are good or bad, and let's figure this out. And part of the reason I'm doing this is because I've kind of come to sort of this quandary recently where I realized that my reasons for why I think songs are good or bad, or good art or bad art, I feel a little bit flawed and feel like a lot of people disagree with me. So I think that there's some deeper truth. So I want to kind of come through this personal confliction to an understanding of deeper truth. So I'm going back to basics. I'm going to look at why I think that songs are good personally, and maybe I can pull some deeper theories or ideas from there after I've talked with you guys. And another thing I want to qualify before we get started is that a lot of songs have different purposes. So a pop song may be all right, let's party and dance in the dance hall. This is going to be awesome. Or a song like Coldplay might encourage you to think and feel and to be quiet. So different songs are going to have different purposes. So we have to come up with standards for judging songs that don't negate those specific cool, individualistic purposes. And that's probably why my biggest criterion for an effective song is one that fulfills its purpose effectively. So does this dance song make you want to dance? Does this good feelings song make you have good feelings? Does this sad song make you sad? That kind of thing. My next criterion is the quality of the song. Is it well done? Does it feel sloppy? A lot of pop music is super high quality, but some of it's still sort of shallow. So it's kind of a give and take sometimes, perhaps. Sometimes sort of homemade things are kind of the coolest, right? Next, is it original? So did the artist create this, or are they just plagiarizing and stealing it from other people? Is it personal? Honestly, if I feel like a song doesn't mean anything to the artist who's singing it, it doesn't really feel like it means anything to me. And that's why I have trouble connecting with some of the top pop, because it's they want me to feel something, but they don't feel anything about it. Is it real? So is it about something real, or does it feel like it was made in a test tube just so that I would purchase it? That's really important to me. Does a real human being, are they behind this, and do they mean what they're saying? Is it enjoyable? If I don't like the song, I'm not going to think the song's good. So a really catchy pop tune I might like, and that's awesome. Is it relatable? Do I connect with it personally? And obviously this is a very personal one because we're all going to connect with songs differently, so I don't think it's one of the more important criteria, but is it relatable to anybody? Does it make me feel something personally. So, and the two most powerful feelings I think that I find in art are one, joy, and two, catharsis. Aristotle talks about catharsis when he talks about tragedy plays in his early work on poetics about what makes art beautiful. In it, he talks about how powerful and important it is that a song gives us sort of this emotional feeling of having gone through, the storm of the story and made it out to the other end, or to really feel that that depth or that gravitas after having gone through it. When I try to think of a song that reminds me of this, I think of Monster by Eminem, where it's a really sad story and it definitely makes me feel something. The other thing I look for is joy in a song, and this kind of goes back to a lot of the reading I've done by C.S. Lewis, where he has his autobiography, which is called Surprised by Joy, and it's this sort of idea that the experience of a powerful, almost supernatural joy is what brought him to faith in Christ. And I'm not connecting that explicitly to religion, but there is this joy that we sometimes feel, this sort of thing that makes us feel alive and makes it feel like life is just a beautiful, beautiful thing, and I look for that in my music too. I've got two more. One is an experience with beauty. When you walk out into nature and you see some mountains or the ocean or just something vast, something that's so much bigger than you, something that it's hard to understand and to comprehend, or something that makes you just say, wow, this is incredible. This really, this sort of thing exists, my gosh. And I like it when a song does that for me. There have been several long novels or books that make me feel that way. As far as music goes, there's been some really great stuff. There was one song by Miriam Stockley that always makes me feel just this sense of beauty. It's called Perfect Day. It's weird because it just takes you to this other place where you feel like you don't exist for a moment and you're just enjoying falling in this pile of otherworldly experience. The final question, and it kind of is a question that sums up all of the other ones, I think, and it's kind of right now my personal theory of how we can interpret whether something is good art to us personally. And the question is this: does it leave you a better person? So after you've listened to this song, does it take you to a different level? And this doesn't have to be morally necessarily, or have to do with your politics or your way you treat other people or how hard you work and things like that, though it can. But really it's a song, it's a question about whether the song helps you to feel something you hadn't felt before, teaches you something you hadn't thought before, or exposes you to an idea you'd never heard before, or gives you an experience that you hadn't dreamed of. Now, humans are vast, interesting, and complicated, and so when they make pieces of art, they're taking these things that they've experienced and they're giving them to us. And so the world is just ripe with opportunities to have these experiences of becoming a more full, round, interesting, well-done person. And I really think that what makes a good song is that it's something that takes me and puts me at a different level as the person that I am. Now, I'd love to hear what you guys think. Obviously, I don't have all the answers. I've done a lot of reading on the topic, but I'd really like to hear what you guys have to say and what you think. Please comment below what you think makes a good song. And if you'd like more videos like this, do not forget to check out my Patreon in the description. Don't forget to join the Song Meaning community. Check out some other videos on this channel. Yeah, and do not forget to comment what you think makes a song good. Thanks for watching, everybody. Talk to you later.